We're Alive is brought to you by...
For over 50 years, Guitar Center has been the place where musicians get the best deals on the gear they need to make music. With over 250 stores nationwide, Guitar Center has the largest selection of music instruments and equipment at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Whether you're a professional or just starting out, you'll find unbeatable deals on the gear you need from all the top brands in every department. Guitars, drums, keys, live sound, DJ, and more. There's something for every musician. At Guitar Center, we believe in the power of music. Visit us in-store or shop online at guitarcenter.com.
We're Alive, a story of survival. Chapter 7. Blood, Sweat, and Fears. Part 3 of 3. Written by K.C. Wayland.
Saul and his team left early the next morning to retrieve the locators and radios, while everyone else went through the sweatshop again, filling what bottles we could. By mid-afternoon, our small, fully loaded task force was nervously waiting in the lobby.
The sun will be setting soon. We're not going to have much more time.
Don't rush the man. It ain't as easy as making dinner.
Oh, don't mention food. I forgot to eat.
He's making something? I thought Michael was just...
Here we go. Be careful with this stuff. It's homemade, so it's not as safe as what you might find.
Michael, what is that?
Chloroform.
How the hell did
Bleach,
you...
nail polish remover, and some time. Now listen, this stuff is very dangerous. It could seriously fuck you up.
Where did you learn to make that?
Overseas. Now please, we don't have much time. Listen, once we get them inside the other building on the ground floor, we seal off the entrance, and I will throw these canisters in there. I'll put a burner in there, see, to make it like an aerosol. Night-night, skin suckers.
Wow. You thought of everything. How long will they be out?
I'm not sure, like 20 minutes at least.
What do we do?
There's a car outside the building. Once I signal, you and Angel will run out and slam the door behind him. Once the chloroform has taken effect, Riley and Datu will be in the blue sedan behind you, and they'll tag the zombies once they're down. I'll stand guard with Angel and Lizzy.
All right. You hear that? I'm trusting you guys with my light.
Mine too. But, Michael, why are we tagging live ones? Can't we just tag a few dead ones?
Well, we'll tag both. They may go to two separate places. Now, listen. The second they're down, I have rags you can put over their mouths to keep them under. Once they're all tagged, run back to the lobby, punch in the code, and get your ass inside.
One problem, Sarge. You forgot me. So what should I do? Help you out with the canisters, or maybe get in the car?
You stay in the lobby. Make sure everyone gets inside safely. Bert's on the second floor covering everyone's retreat.
But, Sarge, I'm fine. I can do something more.
Now, I want you in here. It's important that
I'd rather be out there, so I can keep an eye on her.
Oh. Lizzy'll be fine.
We've got her back, Saul.
We're losing daylight. Come on.
Phew. Okay, let's do it.
I'm keeping my eye on you.
I bet you are.
Get into position.
A zip line would be slower than going to this new building on foot, although it sure made me feel safer. We all quickly got into position as planned. The building we were using was about a half a football field away from our tower. Angel and I hid in the back seat of the car, hidden behind the tinted windows. Michael broke the sweat of bottles on the far side of the room on the first floor and waited behind the door. It took a long time for anything to happen. We all were so tense that the minutes just seemed to last for hours. Just when I was about to lose hope, we heard them. We used only a few bottles and we attracted just a few zombies. A small pack, but it was the perfect amount, enough for us to contain. I waited anxiously for Michael's signal.
That should be enough zombies. Lizzy, you ready?
Wait for Michael's signal.
I don't even see him. Where is he?
There he is, come on.
Stay away from the windows. Wait for it to clear.
It's working!
Move in and finish them off, quickly. Use the rags.
Angel and I moved in close and smothered each one with the chloroform. I was so afraid that one would just up and bite me through the gloves.
Come on.
Michael kept his rifle trained on their heads as we went from body to body. I'm having trouble with this one.
That'll be our dead one we can tag. Now hurry, we don't have much time.
Damn it!
This one's done. Oh, that one's waking up.
Move faster.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
Man, this guy's big. Look at his muscles.
He. I prefer you call him it.
Well, it just moved.
More chloroform on that one. We can't afford to shoot any more.
This shit's just not lasting. You sure you made it right?
If anything, that makes you stronger. Now come on. Datu, Riley, tape and go, hurry.
This one down?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Do it already!
God, these smell so bad.
Breathe through your mouth.
Done. How many locators left?
Just one more. Here we go. That's all 8 plus 1 on the dead one. Datu, this thing's not sticking. The tape comes right off.
No way! This is the best stuff I have!
Well, it's not working, is it?
Let me see what I have.
Datu, come on.
Got it! I have a staple gun.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. You had one job, Datu. One.
Lovely.
It's all I had.
Just try it. Staple the tape down. Just be careful of the blood.
Oh, this is gonna be nasty.
It holding?
Let me tape over the staple now.
This is disgusting.
Just keep moving. On to the next one. How's it working, Riley?
So far, so good.
Now that one's waking up.
Chloroform it.
It's too late.
Now we got 7. Keep moving. Angel, grab another rag and keep the ones down.
Datu, what's the count?
3 to go.
Got him.
That was a close one.
You're telling me.
The one I'm tagging, I think, is trying to grab my arm.
I'm coming.
To your right, the red shot one.
Come on it. Shit. It's still waking up. Well, cold blow to the head still works.
Thanks, Angel.
Why isn't the chloroform working anymore?
The longer we take, the less it works.
They're getting a tolerance. Hurry up, Datu.
I could just smack a couple more in the head.
No. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we don't want to hurt him. We're almost done.
One more!
Not him again. Stupid red shirts. Oh,
Watch it.
Hey, are you okay?
guys, something's wrong. I can't.
Lizzy,
I got her.
Oh, shit.
they're all waking up.
Get her back to the tower.
Finished! Come on!
Shit! Go off me!
Go on, help Angel get Lizzie back to the tower. I'll hold the door.
Michael!
Go, now!
There. To my right. Approaching fast.
I got it.
Keep going.
We can make it!
Hang in there, Lizzy. Michael!
Right behind you, get inside! Before any more see us.
Clear an area.
Lizzy, oh God, what's wrong with her? What happened?
Set her down and give her some air. She got a whiff of the chloroform.
What the fuck happened, Michael? What the fuck were you doing? I told you.
Whoa, Saul, calm down. She didn't get bit at least.
Well, what the fuck was in those bottles?
Oh, come on, I said it wasn't safe. You heard me before. She knew it wasn't.
She's not waking up.
I'll see if there's anything in my shop that might help. Smelling salt, maybe.
Michael, she's not waking up. Michael, you hear me? I said she's not waking up. I swear to God, Michael.
Whoa, Saul, let him go!
Don't you fucking touch me! Don't you fucking
I should have been there, you fucking bastard!
Oh.
No shit? Blondie? Open those big green eyes. Come on, Blondie. You can do it. Please.
What did I say about calling me that?
Blondie, wake up.
I think I need to lay down,
Baby, you're already laying down.
preferably on something soft.
Want us to help you carry her upstairs?
I can do it.
Oh.
I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
Did I do something wrong here? Am I crazy to think this is not my fault?
She chose to go on her own. You didn't even ask her.
This shit is getting more complicated the further we get away from the army.
Yeah, I guess.
Excuse me, Michael?
What?
Take a look at the locator. Let me turn up the volume. They're moving! Away from us! We just got out of there just in time. Look! Here's another starting to move.
Just as the sun goes down. This whole thing sucked to do, but hell, think of what we can learn from this.
This thing really works.
I'm not sure what these symbols mean here. I think that's the distance. And maybe that there is the direction. I should read the manual first.
Yeah, you go do that.
Ah, yes. 3 are moving together. This thing says they're heading south. Do we know what's over there?
Well, not yet. What about the others?
Not doing much. One is still in the building. Another looks like he's about to follow the rest. Wait. No, he's turning. Heading east. And there. The other one is following him.
A zombie click.
What did you say?
Huh? Oh, nothing. Keep an eye on it, Datu, and see where they stop. Tommy's upstairs. Ask him to give you a hand.
Yeah, sure.
Angel, I'm thinking of sending a party out to find out where those things ended up. What do you think?
Mind if I tag along? What's with all the commotion? Is Liz all right? I saw you carrying her back.
She's all right. Thanks for looking out for us. Well, I'm not going through all that again anytime soon, but a scouting team might be a good idea. But figure that out later. I am beat and heading to bed. You should too. Angel out.
I'm coming. Bert, you mind watching the front?
The Marines will hold your position, Sarge.
I'm too tired to think of a response.
We're Alive is brought to you by...
For over 50 years, Guitar Center has been the place where musicians get the best deals on the gear they need to make music. With over 250 stores nationwide, Guitar Center has the largest selection of music instruments and equipment at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Whether you're a professional or just starting out, you'll find unbeatable deals on the gear you need from all the top brands in every department. Guitars, drums, keys, live sound, DJ, and more. There's something for every musician. At Guitar Center, we believe in the power of music. Visit us in-store or shop online at guitarcenter.com.
Saul.
Here. I made you some soup. Feeling any better?
Much. Now that you're here.
You've been writing this whole time?
Just finishing up. It was a long one. Took me a while.
That doesn't look like resting to me.
I got bored. And I've watched all of our movies already.
That too didn't hook your room up to the generator just so you can watch TV all day.
I can serve where I can.
You really think these journals will ever amount to anything?
It feels good to let it all out. If no one else, it's useful to me.
You didn't have to go on that mission, you know.
Finally, I knew you didn't care about the journals. Look, Saul, I'm the one who started the whole experiment. I just wanted to see it work up close. It feels good to be needed, for once. Some people could live their life in this tower and never have to go outside, but I'm not that kind of girl. I need something more.
Yeah. And I'm glad you're that way. But you don't need to volunteer every time.
You do.
But you're gonna get yourself killed.
Like you almost did getting the dog, or following those maulers, or...
That's different. I'm a soldier.
Not anymore. I mean, we're all fighting the same fight. We all do our part, Saul. There's risks and mistakes with everything we do. But we improve every time. Look how far we've come.
You're lucky to get a second chance. Next mission, you're sitting out.
Excuse me? If they need me, I will go. And if not, I'll stay.
You just don't get it, do you?
There's no need to hover. I get it. You don't.
I have something for you.
Oh? What is it?
Well, I was meaning to save it until it was a better time, but I'm impatient.
That I know.
Hold out your hand.
What are these? A packet of rose seeds?
This morning, I made it over to another shop besides the camping store. And yeah, I could have waited until they grew, but hell, I don't know how long that's going to take, and it'd probably take up the place of something we'd eat in the garden.
Well, I don't know what to say. A little unconventional, but I like them. The picture looks pretty.
Well, I was thinking of getting you hydrangeas, but you know, and I know, that'd be a bad idea, right?
What's a hydrangea? And why would it have been bad?
You know, the language of flowers.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought you girls all knew this stuff.
You can't just group us all together in a lump. But that's okay. Saul, if you want to get in touch with your feminine side, don't let me stop you.
Shut up.
So then what does a rose stand for?
Find out.
Fine. But it's gonna have to wait. I'm tired.
You wouldn't be if you actually slept when you were supposed to.
Yeah, whatevs.
I get the hint. I'll leave you alone.
Wait.
Why?
Stay with me?
What are we, 5 years old?
I get bad nightmares and well, today won't help. You being here might.
Alright. I can do that. Just for a bit. You just get some sleep.
Thank you.
Good night, Lizzy.
Hey, you called me Lizzy. Without any mess-ups.
That's your name, isn't it?
Yeah. It's weird. I kind of miss you calling me Blondie.
Oh, you're here. Finally. Oh, I was hoping I didn't have to be on guard duty much longer.
Yeah? Well, I'm here, aren't I? At least you're not on laundry detail like I am every other day. So did anything happen while you've been here?
Nope. It's all quiet. Mr. Whiskers and I have just been sitting here reading. You want me to leave him to keep you company?
No, thanks. Oh, what is that you've got there?
Oh, this? I just finished. It's kind of a trashy romance novel, but it's all I could find in this apartment.
You mind if I...
Oh, no, here.
I need something to keep me awake. I don't know why I have to do this. You know nothing ever happens.
Yeah, but, Michael says that...
Honey, come on. You know it's pointless, too. Just admit it.
Well, I think I should head off to bed. Mr. Whiskers here is tired. Oh, Mr. Whiskers.
Okay. Am I the only one? I swear. Maria's Destiny. Oh, this is going to be a Pulitzer. I spent my summers with my sisters in the Virginia countryside. It was there I learned of my calling in life and my true love. At a young age of 16, I knew I wanted to be an actress. At 17, I knew I wanted to be an astronaut. At 18... Go away. What?
Kelly, what is going on? What is that?
What's what? You were just knocking.
No, I wasn't.
Angel, what the hell is that?
They're There are 2 people in the stairwell. They want in. Kelly, why wouldn't you get us?
People? I didn't.
You fell asleep, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
I'll deal with you later.
What the fuck is all the racket?
We've got survivors downstairs.
Hello? Anybody out there?
Come on, let's let them in before something hears them.
Wait!
Why won't you let us in?
Bert, what's wrong?
Whatever you do, don't open that door.
Join us again Monday for the next episode of We're Alive. And now, a word from our sponsors. Starring Jim Gleason, Shane Salk, Nate Gies, Elisa Elliott, Claire Doden, Jay Oligario, Blair Byhauer, Scott Marvin, Tammy Klein, Nico Marvin, Manly Woods, Michael Ray Clark, and Jenna McCombie. I'm Michael Swan. We're Alive was written and directed by K.C. Wayland. Produced by Grayson Stone, Shane Salk, and K.C. Wayland. To find out more and for a full list of cast and crew, please visit our website at we'realive.com. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook for all production-related updates and future projects. Thank you for listening to this audio theater for the mind by Wayland Productions.
Hello, and welcome to Apartment 2C. It worked out better in my head. I'm your host, Tony Rey, and we are back for another episode of Apartment 2C, where we're going to be discussing the latest episode of We're Alive that you just listened to. That is Chapter 7, Part 3, Blood, Sweat, and Fears. And today, we have got a fantastic guest. As always, joining us, we have got K.C. Wayland. Can we have a close-up of K.C. Wayland? He is joining us today. He looks a little special, but more importantly, we have Victor, aka Otto Sturke. Yeah.
As they say in my country, ahua!
Yes. I have been waiting for this episode for so long. I am so excited. Casey, don't you dare take that mask off. You started the show. You have to keep it on
He has
now.
to finish it that way.
Look, what? You have 2 faces, your sunglasses on?
I'm here somewhat.
You're here somewhat. All right. Oh, you're not going to big time us?
I'll do it at the end. It's hard to, help you out and talk to you with a big old, thing in front of my mouth.
See, I appreciate that. Thank you for thinking of me.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be easy to talk to you that way. But Otto's here.
Otto, I am so stoked that you're here.
Thanks, man.
I say this every time. Like, every guest I've ever had here, I always say, you're my favorite character. But this time, not Lauren. But this time, I literally mean you were my favorite character in the series. It is just, man.
Thanks, bro.
Representing for our brown brothers. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Every time you come on, I'm like, hell yeah. Hey, what the hell is that? Representing Mexican.
He's saying brown brothers, and he's no comprendo.
No comprende.
Oh, I understand Espanol. Don't forget, I'm very street. All right, I am very hood. I have cut people. I have been to jail. None of those things are true, but I like to think I am pretty street and pretty hard. Anyway, I'm very excited.
Hey, no, I appreciate it, man. I sincerely appreciate it because, me going up against a lot of the other actors, who have some excellent roles and they're wonderful actors, I certainly appreciate it, man. So
yeah, screw the rest of them.
Screw it.
It's all about Victor. Victor too.
Yeah.
So I want to get more in depth about your character and everything. First, let's talk about Blood, Sweat, and Fears.
Oh yeah. We got this thing to go over.
Chapter 7, Part 3. Casey always brings notes. If this is your first time ever tuning in, Casey always brings notes in, and they're kind of like his behind the scenes on what this chapter and what was involved in the production of this chapter?
I gotta get mad at myself a little bit here.
You got mad at yourself?
Yeah, I didn't like how Michael left Saul behind and yet took Angel and Lizzy across. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, why? This is not motivated, right? I mean, I could make my own excuses and be like, well, they needed someone to watch the door, and
right.
So he didn't want to complicate things with Saul, and it just, but that's a bit of writer's hand in there. I'll tell you that much.
I don't think of myself as the most tactical person in the world. However, I will say, even I was like, well, I would for sure leave Lizzy back on this one.
Yeah.
It was her experiment, though, so it is her baby.
Yeah, but all we gotta do is throw vials of sweat. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to be like, hey, Lizzy, thank you so much for gathering this sweat in a bottle. I think I'll let gravity do the work once I get there. You can stay here, so I don't have to carry your ass out of here.
Well, no, but they weren't doing just that though. They were tagging them for the research.
I thought that was Datu doing the tagging.
They were all doing it because there was a whole bunch of them. They had to work at the same time.
Okay.
More hands make faster, lighter work.
Yeah. But I would think you want to take your muscle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want to take Saul though. I mean, of all the choices there, the Saul probably should have gone. But well, I'll get mad at myself.
Michael's Michael.
And by the way, he mentioned talking about sort of like making things that get you high in the beginning there. His little homemade chloroform thing. Couple bored soldiers out in the field. Michael may have done some things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's sniffing that good stuff, you know.
Which, by the way, do not do because homemade chloroform destroys your brain.
Which explains everything. It explains that decision not to take Saul.
Yep.
Casey, why are you being so coy? You sniff the magic dragon?
Nope, not.
Not
that.
You sniffed the angel tears?
No. Oh.
Huh? Did you?
That's just gravity.
Did you sniff the fairy moisture?
No.
I can't think of anything else
fairy
for liquid
moisture?
drugs. I can't think of anything else for liquid drugs. Fairy moisture. On the street? Huh?
You didn't hear anything on the street?
Oh, dude, on the street.
I love how you said liquid drugs. It had to specify liquid drugs.
Yeah, liquid drugs. I can go for powdery drugs all day.
What are name some liquid drugs besides heroin?
Wait, what do you mean?
Besides heroin, and
liquid
chloroform,
drugs.
what are their other liquid drugs?
Bro, I don't know, man. I'm straight edge,
what
dog.
What do they trade in those streets?
There's
Jack Daniels? That's all I'm concerned with.
Okay, all right. I'll take that as a liquid. That's a liquid legal drug.
Yeah. I could go for some Jack Daniels.
The tape doesn't stick well. We used a red shirt reference. Saul is very passionate, almost starting a fight with Michael, which I thought was
I didn't like that. I did not.
That was actually a good part. I liked it.
I liked it too because, here's the thing: is if you grab somebody, you go 0 to 60 really quickly.
Yeah.
And I like to see that. Like Michael's chill and okay, but the minute he crossed the line, and and Saul kind of learned really quickly where Michael's line was. So I like that part.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So you're saying you like it on the side of like you liked how Michael reacted.
Yes,
I didn't like Saul putting hands on Michael. That's what I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Saul goes with his heart. He doesn't think really quickly sometimes.
Right.
Another thing I'd say about Saul too is he's very passionate, but also he's not much of a wham bam thank you ma'am kind of guy that he makes it out to be. Because like Lizzy's kind of giving him the drop of like you can stay. And he's like,
oh yeah, I know.
Nah, I'm okay. He's playing.
He dropped the ball on that one.
No, yeah, right? You gotta slide up in them DMs,
That's
son.
not his style.
What are you doing?
That's not his style, or it's not really his son's style either. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Oh, see, there you go.
There
you go with the teasing.
Mama raising right.
Nah. Teasing? Yeah. Teasing works. Oh yeah, locators. Very beepy, but intentionally. I liked how they started going in different directions, and the beeps. You got to hear their location based on the beeps.
Right.
Different tones, different directions. You kind of got location from that, which I thought was pretty cool.
Okay, but why was Datu running that?
Because he's the technical one. He's the one who kind of knew how they worked, and
he wasn't so sure about it though.
Yeah, he wasn't. But I mean, he got it done. They're on there. He just apparently had the worst tape in the world. I mean, that's another thing. I was like, well, why don't you put the locator on and then wrap the tape around? But then I guess it was sliding off.
Yeah, sliding off.
I can imagine they're kind of slimy and bloody, and it's not like when you try and stick to a wet surface, it's just kind of like going down. And then so they just divide like, oh, let's just staple them. So it's just going to be a slow, painful infection.
Zip ties. I always have, I got a bag of zip ties, I feel like, in every room of my house. I don't know why. I just love having zip ties. They're so useful.
They are. If you have zip ties and duct tape, you will survive the world.
You could rule the world
Well,
with zip ties.
if my dad was there, he'd fix everything with a rubber hose and duct tape.
Yep.
So he
What
would
did your dad do?
He would take care of it. Huh? He's fixed everything. I think windows, TVs, engine blocks.
Rubber hose.
Duct tapes and rubber hose, man.
My bike, the handlebars on my bike, I swear, duct taped on. Duct taped on. Duct taped on. A bike, handlebars, the thing that controlled the vehicle that I was driving at a fast rate of speed, duct tape. Ridiculous.
And still working?
Oh, I don't know, I'm 29, almost 29 years old. What?
You don't ride a bike at 29?
Yeah, I do, but I can afford a little bit of a nicer bike than duct taped handlebars. I can at least afford 2 screws to put on the... It was just like, hey, Dad, could we go return this bike and get like something useful and
functional,
safe?
Yeah, that brought back a memory.
Everyone's got to have a cheap bike they fall down on. I mean, that's just, you got it as a kid.
It's dangerous.
I think I had my banana seat was wrapped in duct tape.
Yeah, what?
I had a banana seat bike.
Mine, or otherwise you get this little metal thing sticking in your butt. Yeah.
Oh, banana seat
bike.
You don't know what a banana seat on a bike is?
Oh, you're way too young for this, Dad.
Oh, no, really I have. It's just that I'm not a 48-year-old retiree in South Florida. Why do you own a banana seat bike? Why do you own a banana seat bike? How old are you?
I was like 9.
That's too young for a banana seat bike.
Well, that's what's messed up, man. My dad gave my brother the nice, what was it? It was a mongoose, and so he wouldn't, so we wouldn't have the same bike. He wouldn't have got me a banana seat.
That sucks.
That was messed up.
That's straight up favoritism.
But exactly. But I rode that thing to death.
Yeah. Did it ever bother you that your dad never loved you like your brother? Or?
Yeah,
that's because I'm sorry. A mongoose? Mongooses were sick. I always wanted.
Why's he gotta go there, man?
I know.
Why's he gotta go?
Hey, I'm not gonna defend this guy.
Me.
They get cheat. He's our guest, Tony.
My dad gave me a bike with duct tape.
Did they not treat you on the streets? You respect your elders.
Yeah, bro.
I'm sorry,
That's
but
messed up,
it's hard to respect you when I know you grew up driving a banana seat bike. That's all I'm saying.
Different times.
Made the best of it. Made the best of it. I'll tell you what, I had some good memories on a banana seat. If it too.
Oh no, we got that.
Oh man.
Let's just get past this. Any more notes you got for me?
Yeah. Please.
Kelly falls asleep so damn fast at the end. I'm like, what?
Dude, yeah.
Like she's like snoring.
She got 3 sentences in. To be fair, I fall asleep that fast too with books. But that book at least is a little interesting.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No, she was just.
She hit the drinky, no?
She could have been drunk.
She could have been drinking at the time too.
Yeah.
But that Riley drinks later on the radio, I think is what you're thinking of in that scene.
But was the book that she was reading, was that a real book?
Oh no, I get to make up shit all the time, and that I love. Actually, I wrote that in here. I love making up lore, like stuff that's already in there. Like, oh, I can make a book and things. I think I picked that up. The book thing. I think it was an inspiration for Lost because there was this book that was in in the Lost world that they had in all their little viral media of like, oh, you saw the thing and you had to look it up online and it led you nowhere, just like the story. But it's something that was inspired by that. It's like, oh, I can create my own books and movies, and that's where I created the show Found.
I like that. Yeah. No, I did like that.
That's actually pretty fun.
By the way, there's another show called Found now, so I'm like, oh, great.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I know. Now I have to worry about them infringing on my fake copyright.
That's funny because I went to Tijuana and I found Estamos Vivos, which is
yeah.
Which is
you want to translate for him so he can understand?
No, I got it. We are alive.
Oh, okay.
Pirateria, man.
Took me a second.
Go to MacArthur Park, man. They got CDs.
Googled it very fast. Estamos Vivos.
Donde City?
It's a spin-off of We're Alive. It's a Spanish translation, man.
Can you imagine this shit going down in Mexico City? All those people? Holy shit. That'd be nuts.
Yeah.
Casey, get on it.
There's not much left south of the border.
No, I can't imagine.
No, when the outbreak happened, a lot of the the Western Seaboard was affected greatly. has to do with some of the lore of the world. So yeah, the West Coast was hit pretty hard. So you can imagine it goes all the way down to Central America, Chile.
As to why, that explains why there are no Mexicans on We're Live.
Very few left, actually.
That's true. That's true. And now Victor's Mexican, right? Okay. I just want.
Okay, one.
There's that's all we need.
With Victor, that's all you need.
That's all you need.
It's true. I mean, look at what Victor has gone through in the multitude of times on the show.
You know what? I got a question. Robin's is. I mean, am I white? Even though I know I kind of said that weird, huh? I said that like Christopher Walken. Robbins is he white?
No, he's Hispanic.
He's Hispanic, right?
He's based off of what I do culturally. Is
the two of us.
I do not. Well, this is more or less, I'd say, more newer. Where I past a certain point, I was more authentic about getting characters that had the right nationality. Pippin. So that way it matches exactly what you're expecting, and so that's why, like, Pippin did a great job, but all my UK fans were like, they were not happy about him.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's not authentic.
Oh, is it a fake accent?
It is. So,
I didn't know that.
I can't tell.
He did a good job.
I mean, Americans, we don't really know
I don't know
better.
shit.
Like, it's like when you see a British person trying to do an American
accent. If it's not America, I don't give a damn. All right.
No, I didn't get into it until the forums, and then that's when you know.
Oh, so there was Pippin controversy.
Yeah, Pippin was not a favorite character, but at the same time, I was like, that's okay. I mean, I think he did a great job. I wasn't going to change the character because of it.
He was a great actor.
Yeah, he was great. He did a great job, and that's the thing, is that's what's important. Is
wait, are we doing spoilers?
Yeah.
Oh. Not lockdown spoilers.
No.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, he worked on Lockdown too. He's one of the existing cast members who he did the Spanish translations for us. So he's one of the first to read the script of everything.
Very nice. Very nice.
But I'm a horrible fan. I haven't listened to it. So I was telling Casey, I'm going to take a week off, man. It's been nuts. I just want to listen to it.
Well, you've had kids.
Uninterrupted.
The kids are excused for everything. Sorry, Mr. Birthday Tony. That kid.
My birthday is not till next month, but thanks for knowing when my birthday is.
Yeah, and you and Meredith have
Well,
the
at least
same
you
day.
didn't miss it.
And you also go to Catalina, and you go for free.
Holy shit.
So you want to try my knowledge of Mr. Tony Rey?
He knows a little too much. I'm a little creeped out now. Rolo, get on the phone with the police, please. He's creeping me out. I have a bona fide stalker. So the episode ends with a very familiar voice calling up through the elevator, through the staircase.
Yeah. They're at the bottom of the stairwell,
which is very freaky.
Because echo coming up and everything.
Scratch's voice literally gives me. Oh,
that's pretty good.
Stop.
Thank you.
No.
Well, you listen to the series long enough, you can start to do some of the lines.
That was really creepy. I never want to hear Casey do that voice again. That was so. Do it one more time.
Hello.
Oh my god, it's so bad. It gives me chills. That was so good.
Thank you.
And so creepy.
I'm gonna be like underneath Tony's window tonight, being like, "Hello."
Oh, dude, no, I'll just shoot you. That would be terrible.
I'll be climbing up a ladder. You'll just latch me down.
So how did they find where they live? Did they follow Saul back? Yeah.
They followed Saul back, and then they went back, and they watched where he went back, and then came back. So, and also they found, I think, did they see the scooter outside? It might be parked. I don't know. Something like that.
Because they parked it outside. I remember Saul left it outside. I always thought,
I think that might have been the case. They might have left it outside and they saw it there. But I know for a fact that in the story they do follow them back. So it doesn't matter if the bike is there or not. So it's just an added detail. But yeah,
she's creepy, man.
She's so creepy.
She's good.
So that was a great episode. I mean, I love.
I think we're finally getting into the good ones now. Like 8 is where I think that it starts to take off. Like I always tell people, listen to 8 and then see if you hang in, because 8 has.
Wait, 8 is titled
Blood, Sweat, and Fears.
No, that's chapter 7.
That's 7.
Oh,
8 is the Road to Living Death.
That's right. No,
it's 9.
You don't know your trivia. We're Alive trivia.
Oh, where do you go when you sleep?
Oh.
Well, I changed some titles here and there. So,
really?
Yeah, some of the titles have been changed a little bit, especially with the early ones, because in the beginning I didn't really care about doing subtext about the titles, and then as you go on in the series, the titles mean like 3 or 4 things as you go along. Like when we get to Purgatory, multiple meanings in that. I mean, it's pretty easy to see that one, but ones like I still love the ending chapter title, "The Ink Runs Dry." Where it's the literal sense of the ink on the page of the diaries has been running dry, so the volume is finished, and ink,
Right, yeah.
So it's all the parallel meanings of that kind of stuff, but in the beginning there wasn't as much of that.
That's awesome.
So yeah, titles meant to be.
No, I noticed that as you started getting further into it, I saw how the titles were starting to get a little more creative in that sense. So it was really cool.
Honestly, I think that's something that more TV shows should do. I think they should have the episode title come up in the bottom instead of just hiding it in like show notes and things.
Actually,
like
it was a big thing in the '80s. I remember that.
It was. It used to be, and it's like one of the things that does is it sort of like it gives it a little bit more, and like you can go back and say, oh, you remember the episode title blank. Now, Game of Thrones has been doing it very well because
I was gonna say that.
But then again, to watch Game of Thrones, most people watch it through the app, and you can see the title there, so that's where you're getting it now. But if you're watching it live on TV. Which, by the way, do people do that with HBO? I don't know anymore.
Live on TV?
It seems like everyone's just watching it on demand.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, live on TV with HBO is fine because once it starts, there's no commercial, so you can watch it live. It's fine. I was going to say, Always Sunny in Philadelphia does a very good job with titles.
Yes.
I mean, they're very obvious, but they're very funny and very poignant to that episode and the story.
And it helps identify it, and also, I think in some ways it helps your audience identify the episodes. Because, if I tell you an episode of The Simpsons that has a name, and I tell you the name, you won't be able to reference the episode. So it's one of those things where I think it'd be a good idea to do with more and more.
Seinfeld, too. Seinfeld was real good with that. I like that a lot. Okay, so, Otto.
Yeah.
How did you find out about We're Alive? How did you... First of all, we were on... the cast together for a while, and I had no idea. You were like a man of mystery. I had no idea of a couple things about you that kind of make you who you are, and I want to kind of dive into that a little bit. But first of all, how did you hear about We're Alive? How did you get involved?
I had produced a play back in 2009, which incidentally Shane was cast on. So what was it? So a year later, right? 2010. About a year later, he had told me, hey, KC is looking for an actor for this one part. Don't know how big it's going to be or whatever. But I said, yeah, I'll try it. And so we actually did the phone audition, and which I hadn't listened to the podcast at all. I just kind of went off the script.
Right.
And I remember hanging up and being embarrassed because I thought I thought it was horrible. It was way overacted and stuff. But no, they called me back. They called me back and said, hey, yeah, we want you for Victor and stuff. So I'm like, oh, all right, cool, And I think I had one voiceover job I had done. It was a small movie and stuff, and I think that's the only experience I had. So yeah, I was nervous about it and stuff, but. It taught me a lot of cool things. I mean, it taught me voice inflection. It taught me, pacing and stuff. Because at first, I can't. Kind of like William Shatner. I can't stand looking at myself on camera, and I can't stand hearing my voice sometimes and stuff. But as it progressed, I actually, especially with the help of the other actors and stuff, I really started enjoying the whole process.
And once you get into it, that's when it's it becomes very natural.
Yeah.
Once you get, I think it's the multicast thing. I think it's once you're playing with the people you play with so long, you just get comfortable with them. Like you and Saul was the perfect dynamic.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
But I mean, is there a better podcast dynamic duo than Otto than Saul and Victor? Like that is so good.
Yeah, but he made it way easy on me, man. He made it fun. I mean, obviously the writing makes it easy and stuff, but goofing around with Saul was it was something else. So it was a lot of fun.
Hands down my favorite relationship of the series.
Oh yeah, mine too. Those two and who else?
Wait, more than Pegs and Michael?
Are you kidding? I should smack you right now.
Okay,
I actually
but
enjoy that.
I would say they're the trio, the soldier trio. Is
I wasn't gonna say anything. It was pretty good, me and I mean, look, I really carried those two. It was rough on my shoulders. I literally carried those two, literally and physically. Okay,
it's all right.
Leave that joke alone. Because I already failed. Seriously though, I don't even think I like me and Muldoon's joking around and stuff, but as far as story goes and getting into the highs and lows and the different things that you guys went through, I loved Saul and Victor together. I felt like you guys could do whatever.
It was the perfect some of my favorite parts of the series are when everyone's separated at the start of season 3.
Yeah.
Like when everyone is scattered.
Yeah.
And no one knows where anybody is. They're lost in the world and they have to find each other in order to get past it. There's sort of this element of fate-ish in a way of no, you guys need to stay together to get through this together.
Yeah, no, and I think it was a good mix between those two guys. It was fun because I kind of felt like they were. Obviously they had a rough start, and stuff. But I like the progression and stuff. Saul has always been a cool cat and stuff. So it was at first I was going, how's he gonna get along with this guy? Or they're gonna try to one up each other and stuff like that. But it turned out that they really relied on one another. So it was cool to see that progression.
Yeah, because Saul never saw you in the colony. He never met you. He never really had much relationship with you until you came back to the tower. And it was very, very minimal until
everything comes down. Yeah.
So once everything went down and you guys were stuck out there by yourselves, that's like the first real big interactions that you guys had.
Yeah, and it was funny because I was thinking about that. I said, as I started thinking a little more about Victor and stuff, what am I going to give to Victor, But then I started thinking, well, shoot, Mexican families are typically big, So I'm thinking, how many people did this guy Victor lose, really, And what kind of burden is he carrying, knowing that maybe he could have saved his family, or where was he?
We know he had a family. That's
right.
all we know about
and that's the thing, and we never ever hear anything about it other than his wife.
Yeah.
But I kind of like that whole mystery about him. We never really kind of figured out.
You would probably tell Kelly. So I think you guys would finally have a conversation. Yeah. She's probably the only person who does know the truth about his past.
I mean, that's how much of a badass Victor is that he's the only one that is able to warm up Kelly's stone cold heart.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
It's
he is able to ice pick through that freaking cold, empty chamber and pluck out the tiniest warmth of a heart that is in.
Well, do you want me to tell you about
chest.
their current relationship?
I do.
So the interesting thing, and most people don't know this from the series, but Kelly and Victor we're bumping during the series.
Yeah.
You just don't really notice it. They're not one of the other couples that's talking about it all the time.
But you totally read into it. I mean, you do.
Hey, we're all adults here. What is this? They were bumping. They were bumping.
Look, do I need to explain which one's
which?
which?
No, I don't know.
No, I get it.
Look,
They're knocking boots.
Yeah.
They were familiar with each other in the biblical sense.
Should I just be just start? Do I have to get verbal? I was I'm going to try and keep it classy.
Keep it classy.
Put it this way: the way that I talk about the relationship is the same way they talk about it, which is not very much.
Yeah,
it's true.
Because no one really knew.
How long were they bumping?
Well, you got to remember when did you come back in, and it was the end of season 3, right? When you guys were back together. Yeah, she'd come back. Yeah. It was after season 3.
After season 3, all right.
Yeah. So during that jump that we did in time.
It wasn't the end of season 2.
Well, it's actually you guys hooked up before then, but it was more regular after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they and in some ways they but they don't have a relationship. They just like to get together, and it's pretty casual. Even when we get to Nicholas's story, they're still very casual with each other.
My man. Yeah.
Taco has his not Taco.
Dude!
Hey!
Did he just call me Taco?
What the fuck just happened? You cannot. Hey, you cannot be the only prominent Mexican character in your series, Taco.
I'm slightly dyslexic in my speaking.
And slightly racist.
I am
No.
out of here.
We're both out of here.
Everyone
This
can
is
see that
bullshit.
I've turned the color of the wall behind me.
He's so red.
See?
He's so red.
I'm
See,
so
bro?
red.
Oh my god.
Now we know why there's only one Mexican on We're Live.
Thank God your name's not
No,
Taco.
you did him.
Oh my god, dude.
Victor has a taco stand in the colony that he runs.
That's right.
That's what I meant. I spoke illy.
That's right. You know what? Don't feel so bad. When I was in the Marines, they would call me the Beaner Schnitzel.
Well,
I know. Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have
Thank
been
you.
worse. It could have been
Thank
worse.
you for going.
I was being the Mexican German.
So that does bring up a great point. Something that I didn't know, and I didn't find out until we were doing that photo shoot, and all the soldiers were all like, Sean and I. Sean is like the dorkiest, useless guy I know, and he's just super skinny and like really lanky and not really useful at all in life at all, really. He's okay, funny, I guess, but so yeah, I'm talking about Muldoon here.
We're gonna have him call in. He needs to come back.
He needs to come back. So we have Sean. I'm kidding. I love Sean. But so him and I are like playing with the guns, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna take pictures with guns. We're like holding them all stupid. And you walk over and you're like, you guys, give me those guns. You don't know what the hell you're doing. And you showed us how to like move and like go through a room and like how to. I learned what getting someone 6 is. You taught us all these. Yeah, you taught us all this shit. And then come to find out, you were a legit Marine. And I'm like, what the hell?
He was a sniper.
Yeah, you were a sniper.
Yeah, it was Desert Storm era.
So yeah, tell me a little bit about that, if you can.
Well, I did 6 years. Was part. I went in reserves, and then I got called into active duty for Desert Storm, and whatnot. And back then, I was part of an artillery unit. So, but
What year, so we can have a reference? 91.
Desert Storm was 1991.
Yeah,
1991. But they didn't have the smart weapons that we have now. And we use, I believe the system was called LARS back then, which is laser assisted rocket system, something like that. And so they were using, they would train some of the guys or the top shots, as they were known, top shots on in the battery to go and learn the LARS system. So you were sighting the targets, and they were launching the artillery rounds downrange. So. Or they would launch them off of
or
naval
javelins
vessels
too, right?
I never worked with the javelins, specifically with the artillery unit and stuff. Yeah, so, so yeah, that's what I was doing. It was.
So you were a top shot?
Yeah, I was top shot.
So what is that like?
Yeah, what's the qualifications of that? Because
Like,
I was in the Army, I was considered an expert, which is 36 out of 40 with pop-ups up to 300 yards.
Yeah, and in Call of Duty, I've prestiged 3 times. I've prestiged 3 times. Don't, okay? Hey, listen, okay? Marine and Army veteran, listen. I know you guys have served time overseas and everything, but I've prestiged 3 times.
Actually, same. So where were you at?
Where was I at? I was in Cap Lejeune during that time.
But like when you were over in Desert Storm, what were you based out of?
Oh gosh, you want to know exactly where I was based out of?
Yeah, if you can't say.
No, believe it or not, I was actually in Norway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Norway?
In Norway.
Okay.
So, and that's a whole nother story, but I'll tell you a little bit about it, because actually it's pretty interesting. It was an interesting story.
I love all this.
Can opener, just like peeling back. We got past a layer, Tony. We got past a layer.
All right. So what happened was we got sent to above the Arctic Circle, and it was called. I'm sure you can probably get some info off it. It was called Operation. Hold on a second. It'll come back to me. Battle Griffin. Battle Griffin. It turns out that the Russians were amassing forces up on the Norwegian border, so they sent some of the special forces, American forces, French forces, and Norwegian forces up above the Arctic Circle to up against the Russian border and stuff. Now, at that time, I didn't realize how serious it was until we got into this cave, like, it was very kind of James Bondish thing where they had these huge canals carved out of these mountains and stuff, and with huge tarps with where the water coming through the mountain cracks was, huge reservoir. And as far as you could see, it was just tanks and
Was
you
this
name it.
before the fall of the USSR? Like when did the...
Oh no, this was the USSR.
No,
right.
Let me
No,
tell
I'm
you.
thinking about that. No, you're right, because it was the 1980s, right? It was
Yeah.
during the Reagan era, right?
Uh-huh.
So this is 1991, but they were still, they wouldn't have sent us up there.
There
if
was
it
some
wasn't-
weird. There was some
there
weird
was
stuff
some weird stuff
going
going
on
on.
at that time when that place disbanded, because they Russia had the USSR had deals with Iran, with Iraq, oil system. Like there was lots of things going on.
So I didn't realize how serious it was until we show up, and now this is the other thing. They put us on a cruise,
Like Carnival?
Yeah, like a
Big
carnival.
red
Yeah,
boat?
it was basically a private charter. So yeah, it wasn't a military naval vessel or anything like that. It wasn't until we got into this cave, this port, that all of a sudden 3 nuclear subs pop up.
Whoa.
And then that's when I knew. It was,
Ours, right?
It was yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's when I knew. That's when I knew it was pretty serious.
Holy shit! So you telling me you're hanging out with a lei around your neck with a little margarita?
No leis.
And you guys like what? So were they like
in the Arctic Circle?
Above the Arctic Circle.
Oh, okay.
But I'll tell you what, I can deal with heat pretty good. I can't stand the cold, and I think that was a really bad experience. We were like 60 below zero. We had to wear Mickey Mouse boots.
No, I
So
totally.
during
I definitely
Desert
want to talk
Storm,
about
you were the coldest Marine.
I want to talk about the temperature so much, but I'm just so drawn back to the nuclear submarines you just mentioned. So we can leave the temperature for a later date. So you were in a cruise ship, and the nuclear subs were underneath you. And you guys were like,
well, we went from
trying to
we went,
hide,
we went
like,
from
for sonar. Or
we
what?
went from. I'm not sure what their whole strategery was, but we were southern Norway, and we were on this private chartered vessel with specifically French, Norwegian, and American forces, and we went up all up over Norway, up by the above the Arctic Circle, to meet up with basically border patrol. With the Russians, and that's when the line, we had snipers and we had patrols all on the Russian border, and so we're playing mind games basically, and so yeah, we were up there for a good 2 weeks. From there, we're supposed to ship out to Iraq, Saudi Arabia. Sorry.
That's some scary shit.
But
By the way, we should not have been in Saudi, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, that's a whole other story. Yeah. So that was my story, but another fun thing was, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm sorry, I'm going way off. We would sleep in ice coffins.
Huh?
Yeah, there's a thing. Marines are taught to sleep in ice coffins, and basically we dig out a coffin about as big as this couch, about as deep as as high as this couch, and we create a little window, not really a window, but a little shelf, and we put a candle in there, and that's supposed to raise the degrees up. You have to sleep with your boots off, no matter how cold it is. Otherwise, you'll wake up with frostbite and your toes can crack off. So then what you do is you put your tarp over yourself. You got 4 posts.
Oh, you made a little igloo, reverse igloo.
Yeah. Right. You have 4 little posts, and the watchman has to come every once in a while and shake those posts so you have air circulating through, because you will be buried in snow.
Holy
that's
shit.
known as
hey, what happens if that guy forgets to dangle the pole a little bit?
Yeah, you don't do that. That's called a Bravo Foxtrot in the military.
Yeah. So you have to get dug out in the morning.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
that's nuts.
Yeah,
well, no, I know that. I didn't even know the story. That's cool.
Yeah.
The Russians.
So back to We're Alive.
I mean, I was going to tell the story about how I prestige in Call of Duty, but I'll just leave that for a later time.
Oh, you were talking about the top shops. Marines have 3 levels. We have the pizza box. We have the expert. I don't even know what the pizza box. I know it looks like a pizza.
It's an Iron Cross.
Not the Iron Cross.
Oh,
that's the marksman.
Oh, okay.
No, cross rifle. Excuse me, that's the expert. which I always thought it should be the other way around.
Yeah.
But we have cross rifles is the marksman, so that's the top shot. Those are the top shots.
Weirdly enough, like Army, the bottom one's marksman, the middle one's sharpshooter, and the top one's expert. So it's like, it's weird.
Did I get that messed up? Gosh, has it been that long? No, I remember being.
The one that well, we can talk about this later.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think you're right. I'm getting all mixed up. But the pizza
So you're
box.
a really good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so badass. The way you said that. That was so bad. Yeah.
I had to.
I'll shoot you through the eyes 2 miles away.
One thing I was good.
What's the longest shot you've ever?
Oh, you were talking about ranges. Okay, well, so ours is a little bit different than Army and whatnot. Our range is different. At least back then it was. We would do 20 shots standing at 200 yards. 200 meters. And then we'd go to 300. We'd do sitting. We'd do prone to sitting, standing to sitting, standing to prone, and then we would do the 500 meters prone. So at a human target, basically a target.
The Marines went meters and the Army did yards.
Yeah.
It's like what? Why? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Let's pretend I know how many meters are in a yard. And just tell me. How far is 500 meters?
Well, 500 meters, you multiply that by
Don't make me
3
do
feet.
3.3.
3.3. I'm not the mathematician. I just.
Somebody in the chat.
Over 1,500 feet. Over 1,500 feet.
Yeah.
That's really far.
Yeah.
And
at that point, like the pop-up target, like the window of hitting is like a fraction of like that.
Right.
Like if you go depending on where you like are aiming in the target, because you have to actually triangulate the bullet's trajectory from
That's
that
correct.
point. So you have to compensate.
Right. And you have to compensate for mirage and everything else. So out of a
hot day,
out of a score of 250, out of the top score of 250, I got 246.
Holy shit!
Nice.
So that wasn't too bad.
Army's out of 40. They just do 1 hit, 1 kill.
Yeah.
And it's like mine was 36 out of 40. So not.
Bro, hey. In a couple months, me and my buddies are doing laser tag, and can you come and be on my team?
Yeah. Actually,
can I be on your team too? And
I've done paintball, but not too much.
I love laser tag.
Expert level.
I'll tell you what. You call me up, I will be there.
I'm gonna call my friends and be like, "Hey,
your birthday?"
I'm gonna call my friends and tell them that I got $100 that my team's gonna win, and if you guys lose, my $100.
Do we get a little our wave with that bet?
You get a what?
Do we get a little kickback on that bet? Because
hey man,
I could come in there and be like, "What's this do?" Just
I'll
play it up.
We'll settle for a bottle of Jack.
Yeah,
a bottle of Jack. Both of you, those are like $40.
Well, you still make 20. You're not gonna win either way.
Bullshit. All I get is bragging rights.
You can have $20 or not $20.
Well, that's a good point.
But going back to We're Alive and that photo shoot, I had worked on Jag. Anybody remember that show?
Yeah, of course. It was, refresh my memory. It
was military
police or something? Military law?
Yeah, Jag is military law.
Right.
It's like the CSI
Judge
of the
Advocate
military
General.
before CSI, really.
Right.
It's like a mixture of CSI
and
Law
it was
and Order.
actually one of the most technical shows
because they had advisors that were JAG on. Any military advisor,
that's correct.
They're incredibly stupidly stupid about what they want to do.
Huh? JAG stands for Judge Advocate General.
Yeah.
And they had a gunny, a Marine, who was on that show. And I started doing background work on that show. They needed Marines and whatnot. And then I started talking to him, and he needed an assistant technical director. So I actually started doing some assistant technical directing, make sure everybody had, everything. We're holding the weapons properly. That we're using the right jargon.
Even costume design. You'd think that they would research costume design. No.
Well, they
also mess up on purpose sometimes too.
I'll say this: I got invited to do some work on The Last Ship.
Oh yeah.
Not too long ago.
Mm-hmm. Really?
They need some technical advisors on that show.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Last Ship.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Basically, it's one of those things where they go on a ship, the world ends, and they're on a boat.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean they're saluting.
Yeah.
It's
even down to the saluting they got wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is about the military is it's every aspect of your life, from the way you stand, the way you
the military has things like, I'm not going to pull my mic out, but like the way you stand and the way that your hands have to be at the side have to be like perfectly aligned, and your thumb has to be like they have regs
to the seam, everything, right? The way you salute, everything's
the way you fold your clothes in your bunk, in your locker, in your room has to be done a special standard operating procedure way.
So I have a question. Black Hawk Down is one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, since we're talking about how things are accurate, how accurate is a movie like that?
They don't say hua like that, and they don't say it that often.
No, they don't.
That stuck it out like the biggest thing in my mind, and it's still.
Yeah,
can you tell I'm bitter about it still?
Yeah, so they say, you guys say hua.
We do, but like oh man, I got to joke.
And Marines say oorah. So,
oorah, and hoo.
Yeah, it's basically hua is like saying oorah, but you have something in your mouth. That's all I'll say.
Oh, I see.
There you go. That's the joke.
That's
the joke that the Army makes of the. Well, the Marines, we go back and forth.
You got a mouthful of porridge. You got a mouthful of porridge.
Yeah.
But I actually got to train. With the Army in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. That's where I was trained with on artillery and stuff. So it was pretty fun.
A lot of cannon cockers out there.
Yeah.
A lot of what?
Cannon cockers.
Cannon cockers.
Cannon cockers.
Cannon cock.
Yep.
I'm familiar.
Bert was artillery.
Oh, was he?
Bert was actually Marine artillery.
Oh.
Because what I did was I just took my dad's MOS and just copied it and gave it to Bert, so I didn't have to do as much research. I go, hey Dad, what about this? He's like, oh yeah.
Is it the same? Is it in your dad was Army?
Marine.
Marine.
Yeah, he was Marine. So, and actually, weirdly enough, like when we get to his stories, those stories are true. They're just combined events. Like the artillery shell that hit where Bert sat and his ass was on the sand. That happened to my dad.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So I wonder if officer and not getting any rank. That was also my dad.
I wonder if our MOS numbers are the same in the Army.
Oh no, they're not.
No?
They're very different. Yeah.
Okay, because we're 0811s artillery. Yeah. So.
0811. Yeah, that was my dad was also that.
Yeah. Wow.
So other than the chance, this is very important to me. Other than the chance, Black Hawk Down pretty accurate?
In uniforms, they did a pretty good job on that.
Yeah, there's some of the movement, some of the lingo in there. Actually, I only watched it once.
I gotta rewatch it. I gotta rewatch it. Yeah, because I vaguely remember some of the stuff.
After Laser Tag, we're gonna Black Hawk Down movie premiere at my house. Would be awesome.
But that was a major cluster, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'm good with that. There's certain movies that I don't watch twice. That's one of them. Jarhead's another one.
Yeah, I won't do with Jarhead.
Yeah, I just.
Not Jarhead either.
I'm not.
It was too much. It was too much.
There's a couple movies I'm like, I can just let them pass.
Some things are way overplayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not what you would do in the military. So anyway.
Well, okay. Now that my heart's broken, we're gonna go ahead and move on. So we got special content this week. We've got board games.
Oh yeah,
please.
Well, I don't. I mean, some people probably know, but I after I got out of the military, I became an illustrator for film and television.
Which is the second thing I did not know about you until you pulled out your Instagram, which is in his lower third. Go follow his Instagram right now. Otto Sturke
Artist.
Otto Sturke
Artist.
Yeah. On Instagram. Excuse me. Go follow that shit right now. Amazing artwork.
Thanks.
I had no idea.
Yeah, when I was in the Marines, I became what's known as the artist private, and so they actually take the artist out of the platoon and you create the platoon flag and all this sort of stuff. And I actually did some illustrations for the Leatherneck magazine back then. As soon as I got out, I started doing. I had a friend of mine who got me into the film and television work, and excuse me.
There's probably a lot of murder going on in Cersei's bedchambers.
And I started doing games like these that you see here. I'll show you.
So what did you do on this game?
So this is the Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I did. Well, most of the stuff is done digitally now, and they wanted to have a traditional approach to these games, And so a buddy of mine, actually my mentor, Mike Buckus, who's been working in the industry for like 30 years. The guy's amazing. In fact,
I've actually heard of him too.
We have a zombie book. The zombie book, it's phenomenal.
Well, that's where I've seen it.
Yeah. Walter Foster has. It's their bestseller. And anyhow, so he got me into the industry, and I've been doing it for about 15 years. And so these are.
So
some
did
of the
artwork for these games?
We did the artwork for these games.
This Game of Thrones. Clue?
Yeah, this is a new one. This is a brand new one. This one just came out. It's called. It's a double double-faced board, but we didn't do the back. But we did the illustrations. It comes
that was the best part because I'm like the characters are kind of blah, but the spaces look awesome.
Yeah, we did the illustration work for this and stuff, and so we did. In fact, we did it for all the 3 games.
The Wizard of Oz Monopoly.
Right. This is the 75th anniversary Wizard of Oz game, which is actually a pop-up. So we worked with the game designer.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'll pop it up open for you. But yeah, we did the illustrations. So you have. Which
is your favorite out of that one? We're gonna close up on.
This is tough. I kind of like. Maybe I like the whole pop-up idea because you can play with the center of the Monopoly, but I really like the mood of this one, the Game of Thrones, which is brand new. I think they go for like $50. So yeah, they're $50. You can probably get them on HBO.
Okay, let's go to the Dragon Catacombs because that's the place that's the cool one.
Yeah, $50.
Let's take a trip to the brothel.
Well, okay, if you insist.
Or the slave
quarters. Sorry, Blair. It's Victor's fault.
Sorry, Blair.
All right.
I was just making sure.
Let me take a look at that brothel.
Yeah,
I know Marin.
I want to. Damn it!
All right. Here's a pop-up.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's a pop-up.
Okay.
That's cool.
This is the pop-up Wizard of Oz.
And you designed this?
No, with a pop-up guy. The paper guy.
He just came out of nowhere.
One day. The pop-up guy. He just popped up one day, and he had a template that we had to abide by, and so it was very tricky. Now, keep this.
You have to draw sideways, up, and
we
down.
have to draw flat in 2-dimension. Mm-hmm. That made it really tricky.
Right.
So
you could see sort of how it works when you sort of like
you're right.
pop it down a
right.
little, but. Man, that's
it was tricky. We have to work flat, keeping in mind what goes. Faces top, what faces side, so it was tricky in that side. And we kind of we did it kind of like the movie, right, where it starts in sepia.
And this is for the Wizard of Oz.
Right, this is for Wizard of Oz. I think these are sold out. It was for the 75th anniversary, the movie doesn't. Oh, that's okay. The movie doesn't start until obviously when she opens the door to the house, and so that's when everything turns into color, and that's what we did with the game.
Did they release Kansas?
I have no idea. That's part of the USAopoly. They contracted us to do the work, which is tricky because there's certain things you can't have in the game. You can't have certain actual faces because somebody owns the right.
Yeah, the
likenesses and stuff like that. Some things we can get away with. So as long as it was kind of a general, like the witch.
I think the cow is public domain. So the cow is public domain, and the chicken.
Well, I remember that. I think a big part was the uncles in the boat.
Oh,
I think the big part was the uncles in the boat. But you can see the witch's slippers down underneath the house over here.
Oh wow, yeah, that's cool. Like the detail in here.
Right. There's quite a bit of detail in all this. You flying monkeys and.
Freaking
stuff,
sick. Like this, I mean, I really am digging this. I would have never thought, like, you're an artist, okay, cool, but you need, like, do they need artists to design something like
this? Everything's everything's done. Your hat, your shirt, everything's designed by artists. So there's artists are, a big part of your everyday life, so they did a really cool job with these things.
Yeah,
with the Emerald City.
It's a pretty good set.
And you said they're sold out of this now. People can't buy this.
You might be able to find something on eBay, but I think they sold out. I think they only made a certain edition.
They do a lot of limited edition runs just so people buy them.
Well, it means so much that you brought one for me. Like that's really special. I just am so honored that happened.
Yeah, the other one is Penny Dreadful. I don't know if anybody's watching Penny Dreadful, but this is.
You played it too.
Yeah, we play these. Yeah, it's fun. It's actually fun.
Collector's edition.
What I like about this is that you can actually play the center of the game of the Monopoly.
Oh, those are.
Yeah, this is that's a clue game. So we have two clue games and.
Get a clue.
But mostly I'm doing fine art now. And as you said, I saw on Instagram. Last year I had a big project with Disney. I worked on the parks. I worked at Cars Land a few years ago.
What'd you do?
Worked on the black light murals and on the rocks formations and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And then I did their 60th anniversary photo ops that they have around the park. So if you go to Disneyland, there's murals that you can take pictures with.
Yeah.
Like it looks like you're climbing up the Matterhorn or. They got it there. There it is. Okay, there's a shot. There's a shot of a getting crane because they're super heavy. We had to work with engineers to the mural is actually done on muslin, right? So it's stretched out, and then it has to be glued down onto these steel frames, which are super heavy, obviously.
Yeah.
And then they have to be. This is before we actually put the frame around it and everything else. So we paint the frame, or we antique the frame. We do a bunch of stuff, and so it looks like you're climbing up. There's another shot of us putting the frame onto the haunted mansion, but there's another partition that goes in front where you can actually put your head, so it looks like you're one of the tombstones or the singing heads. So, yeah,
dude, that is so freaking interesting.
There's a few of them,
and like that, so cool. Like I had no idea about this at all, and you're like a legit incredible artist.
Yeah, like his charcoal stuff is some of his best. Like,
you have a book?
Incredible.
This is your whole book?
Oh, this is two publications just came out. This one is the American publication. This is called The Art of Chalk, which talks about the really cool art, chalk festivals that go around the
It's
the
kind of
earth.
funny. I could pick you out because I know your style.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There's his.
It's called that one's called Twilight Parallel. And so they have a good, they have a good part, and they have a portrait I did of my son in there too.
Oh, cool.
There you go. There it is. There it is. Yeah. So that's the portrait I did of my son.
That's a painting?
Yeah, that's a painting.
I'm looking at a monitor across the room. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks. So
good gravy.
Yeah, so it's really cool. And the other one is a French publication which just came out. It's called 40 Masters of Pastel. Since I work primarily.
And you're one of the masters. That's
cool.
almost as cool as when you said you're a really good shot. You're one of the masters, I guess. That's what
I don't call myself that. I don't call myself that. But
I don't think you can. I think you have to have someone else.
I'm a master.
At a certain point, you gotta.
No, it feels weird, man.
Yeah.
It feels weird,
dude.
you're
So talented.
There's so much to learn still that I'm pretty much primarily self-taught.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like there's still so much to learn, man. I don't think I could ever call myself a master. There's just way too much to learn.
So where can they find you?
I think you can.
Yeah.
You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter.
It's pretty easy to find you.
Most important thing: Google Otto Sturke or hit him up on Instagram, Otto Sturke Artist.
Yeah,
on
It'll
Instagram.
come up,
Yeah, great stuff.
Google will find him.
I was on your Instagram earlier, and you showed me well, you didn't show me. I just pulled it up. A skull that you were showing me.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm pulling it up on my phone now. It's not like we can pull it up or you're gonna fly in here. But if you go on Otto's Instagram right now, scroll down, find a picture of the skull, and that should look pretty familiar because.
Well, like I was talking to you, for 15 years I've been doing a lot of stuff for film and television. So I get hired to conceive ideas or posters for film and television, right? Mm-hmm. So I've worked on, minimum 500 projects, I would think.
Very busy.
Well, that was specifically that was for Sons of Anarchy. Mm-hmm. So I was hired to come up with the idea, and you'll see it. You can actually look it up, Sons of Anarchy.
Which I think is the season 5, the last season.
I'm not sure.
Like if you just Google it, you'll see the picture of the guy with the skull on the back.
Right on the back.
It's Jack's Teller. It's one of my favorite posters. I had no idea you were involved, and because Sons of Anarchy is one of my favorite shows, and it's Jax with his back and he's turning and he's got the skull on his back. It's such a cool and like visceral image, and then to find out you designed that.
Yeah, so I've worked on quite a few projects. I've worked on V for Vendetta. I don't know. I Robot, the Smurfs. I've worked on quite a few shows.
Why?
So it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Well, I don't know if I can get behind the Smurfs, but I really like V for Vendetta.
Right.
Really.
Right. Well, let's see. There's just a lot of movies. I mean, London Falling. I don't know. There's just a bunch of.
It's super cool. It just was mind blowing that you're a voiceover artist. I just think, it's cool. Like we were in the studio and everything.
I don't know if I can call myself that.
No. With the performance you turned in as Victor, you definitely call yourself a VO artist.
Yeah.
And then you're teaching me about guns, and you're like, and then I was painting this pigeon the other day. I'm like, what the hell? You're like a regular Renaissance man.
I appreciate it.
Renaissance man. I love that.
And a good dad.
And a good father.
Yeah. Well, we both have.
Yeah. How many kids do you have?
I have two. I have my youngest is 8 months old. So
8 months.
Yeah, and his is 6 months old.
Oh snap!
So it's been
We're in
pretty.
the same
it's
ship
been,
boat.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been pretty sleep.
You just keep all that
sleepless.
shit over there on that couch, all right? I don't want to catch
All the
whatever-
baby making over here?
No, just stop moving your hips like that, please. It's really creeping me out.
I know they work.
Oh God. Oh God. Why?
We're proven men.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right. Top shots.
Up top. That's right.
Top shots.
Top shots.
Cannon cockers.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
we've got some We're Live news. Casey, do you want to fill us in on the
sure.
We're Live news?
Okay, so the CD proofing, we're getting the cases prints proof done, and so that's getting the process. The script book is just about nearing completion for the design, so that should go to the printing press pretty soon. And what was the last one that I mentioned? Oh, we have a new poster in the works. Something that is goes all the way back to the We're Alive season 1, and it is incredible so far. Like I'm working with our new artist that has remained nameless so far, but he is amazing. I worked with him. I discovered him actually doing design packages at the school I was working at, and I was like, this is the most impressive art I've ever seen come out of school.
Wow.
Are you interested in this product that I'm doing called We're Alive? And he's like, let me give it a listen. And he loved it, and so now he's coming out doing some art. So the poster, bar none, when people see it, it's probably going to be our hottest, best-selling item. 'Cause
Nice.
It's incredible.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I
show
get
it to me
goosebumps thinking about it right now.
Oh,
Really?
By the way, do you still have some of the posters that I worked on?
Do we have?
Can I sign some of those copies? in case
Yeah.
anybody
Do you
wants
want to give out some as
Oh,
Whatever.
yes.
I'll sign some copies.
Yeah,
if you
we'll
want.
sign
Yes.
some copies, and then we'll have some nice
can-
giveaways for the
you
next
know.
couple of weeks here.
Absolutely.
Help
What a
support.
good-
Help
yeah.
support.
Yeah, that'd be
We're
great.
Live.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, because if you Otto designed and drew one of our posters. It's one of our first run
What was
posters.
it? Second season?
I think one of those times.
Yeah.
We've done lots of different
Yeah.
poster runs because posters are really good for us to make. People love them. They're easy to ship. People can decorate them, and posters change like the seasons. You can put up a new
That
one
was
after
really
a
cool. I
while,
like
and depending on what you like. And I think this one is going to be a good immortal one. I'd like to do another. I did like to do one poster for each season, so we'll see what happens.
Cool.
Well, I like
Something
that.
didn't because also there's some new characters coming to this poster. Like Tommy will be on it.
Oh, nice.
So some characters we have not depicted in artwork before. So it's a long time coming.
Okay, sweet. Well, we'll get some signatures on some stuff, and we had a contest last week. You know what? I never mentioned at the top of the thing, but do we have any fan questions? We have some fan questions. Okay, cool. We'll be answering fan questions in just a minute. So if you haven't gotten them in, type them away right now. We're already full.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
Screw your fan question. I'm just kidding. Rolo's got some, so we'll be answering them in a second. We'll bust through those. But last week we had a contest, and no one got the contest right. Everyone was wrong.
Was it a Victor question?
It was not a Victor question. The question was, who was the first voice that we recorded for We're Live Lockdown? That was a very tough question. And the answer for those thorough fans, the answer was posted on a Kickstarter update on June 29th last year.
Oh!
Yeah.
I know.
You don't know?
You know?
Do I know?
I don't know.
Let's see.
You want to try?
I'm about to say
I
it.
don't.
Oh,
You don't know.
Not brave. Not
You
brave.
don't know. The answer was Adam Young, the young fan that we had. Him and his family were here last week. They're visiting from Canada, so we invited them into the studio. He was actually the first voice that was recorded for We're Alive Lockdown.
Wow.
And it was.
I was going to say that.
He didn't know either. Like, he had no idea.
That he was the first?
No, he had no idea that he was going to record a line. He had
Oh,
idea.
no, that's right.
Yeah.
Because we had met, you and I and Bert went down and met up with his family. He was just a big fan, and they were in the area. And so we met him. We had lunch with them, and then took him by the studio. Just to be like, oh, do you want to tour the studio?
Yeah, it was a special circumstance for us to meet them all. And it was just amazing. It was really, really cool.
And since then, they've become like.
Yeah, you went to Disneyland Sunday.
I went to Disneyland on Sunday with them.
I went to.
Did you really?
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
I had Mexican food with
Okay,
them on
and
Monday.
you didn't see the murals?
Huh?
You didn't see the murals, huh?
Yeah, no, I've seen the murals. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm just surrounded by Otto Sturke art that I have no idea you did.
I know you did a lot of work in Cars Land. So I've been
It's
watching all
incredible.
the stuff in there. There's a lot of stuff in Cars Land too.
That's cool.
I took a picture in front of one of the murals. I have it. No, I swear, I have it on one of my annual passes. I need to log on and get it for my account.
So you went with his family?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I went with my wife, and then we met them up there. We hung out, talked, took some pictures and stuff. But
That's cool.
Yeah, they're a super cool family.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna. I'm not lying. I'm probably gonna go stay with his aunt and uncle in San Diego pretty soon.
Oh,
in a couple weeks. Yeah,
they offered you too?
His aunt and my wife. They were talking, and they were like, they were exchanging numbers, and they're just like.
Yeah, he gave me his card as like, you come stay with us.
Setting up the whole thing. Yeah.
I'll do that.
That's cool, man.
They're an awesome family. I've never clicked with someone with people so quickly.
We'll have to go visit him in Canada.
Oh, I'd be so down to go to Canada.
Kind of fun.
Canada's beautiful.
Yeah, Canada. It's more in the eastern. It's by Maine.
Hey, shit goes down in November. I'm gonna go move up with them. You know what I'm saying?
No comment. How about those questions?
Yeah,
how about those questions?
Let's go ahead and get in those questions. We will have a contest.
Politics.
We will have We will have a contest for next week. Let's go ahead and do the contest right now.
Drawing contest.
Ooh, we have a hard enough time getting.
Did you do it already?
Yeah.
We've done a couple drawing
That's
contests.
right.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to those fan questions right now. Real quick for next week. What was your favorite Victor moment? What was your favorite Victor moment in the entire series? Go to our Facebook page right now and leave us a post on our wall, #Apartment2C with your favorite Victor moment, and you will win the prize from last week, plus some kind of We're Alive material signed by the man himself, Otto Sturke.
#APT2C.
APT2C. What was your favorite Victor moment?
What was your favorite Victor moment?
Geez, that's tough. I think I seem to enjoy the parts where we just goof around.
You and Saul?
Yeah.
Those moments?
Yeah.
The football?
Or the whole Frodo thing, the whole
the wife,
right,
yeah.
You know, I don't know. That's tough. That's really tough because it was a lot of good moments with Saul.
That line, the ring came on and evil came out. That was my ex-fiance.
That's
where that came
I think we've
from.
all known one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part is
the bumping.
The bumping.
Oh yeah.
Why are we not on a close-up? Thank you. The bumping.
That's it. My awkward moment with pegs.
Which one?
Wait,
Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
You had an awkward moment with pegs?
Yeah.
I'm trying to narrow down which one it was.
Do you remember that one? It was, well, I think there was only one in particular where he's like, So you're
back with Michael or
something like that. Yeah.
She's like, yep, and you're like, great conversation. Because it's the only time they've ever interacted, really.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like Otto is like not a Pegs player.
Yeah.
I thought was Victor trying to like swoop up on that action?
No, I think.
Hey, you still single? Oh, you back with Michael? Okay,
it's like playing with poison ivy. There's some guys you don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
All right.
So it was just an awkward moment with pegs.
All right, so that is the the contest for next week. Leave us your favorite Victor moment on our Facebook page, #APT2C, and we will pick a winner.
How is that a contest?
Where we're going to pick a random fan that answers. So the contest...
It has to be random for it to be an actual legitimate thing.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, but it's not like a trivia question or anything.
I know, it's really stupid.
Like, how many tacos did
user
Victor,
interaction.
did Victor make in chapter 28?
Do not pull down the thin veil that we have slipped in front of reviews. We don't know what the hell we're doing, all right? We just say shit, okay? We just say shit.
This is a set, man.
Wait.
Don't you do this right now.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
we're not really in an apartment. This is like
okay, what was Victor's favorite cologne to chuck at zombies? That's a question.
We didn't mention it, though.
Oh, well, make something up.
So,
just put anything on our Facebook
Drakkar, I don't know.
Yeah, it would legit be Drakkar. It would be so be Drakkar, dude. It would so be Drakkar. Casey doesn't know what Drakkar is.
You know what Drakkar is?
Dude, no.
Oh, do you know Drakkar?
You got to be darker.
Oh,
you got to be
come
darker
on.
for Drakkar.
Apparently,
you gotta be
I was
darker
thinking
for
like
Drakkar.
Draconis,
Was
and I
it
was
my
like,
I don't think jockey polo.
Polo. That was
Polo.
That's
With
what
the
a
green
jockey
ball
is.
and the silver
Yeah.
top. Fucking Polo. Okay. Anyway, that's the contest. It's a contest. You shut your mouth. It is on our Facebook page. What was your favorite Victor moment? We'll pick a random winner.
Contest.
Hashtag
It's like, what's your favorite color?
APT2C, and you will win all the prizes from last week plus something signed by the star Otto Sturke. All right, we need to crush through these fan questions. We literally have like 2 minutes for fan
No, dude.
Oh, we've got
3. 2 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. We
All right.
we can take a little bit of time, but let's get through them.
Okay, lightning round. John Benditz asks, Otto, what episode did you realize that Vic and Saul would be best friends forever?
Just say a moment. You don't have to say the episode.
The moment I laid my eyes on him.
Aww.
It was that whole, the crumbling of the tower, and the sweat coming off his face. No, I'm just kidding. No, the moment I think we kicked it off. Gosh,
Might have been the chicken moment.
the chicken moment.
A little bit.
No. It was. Gosh, it was probably when they were on the excursion and they meet up with Glenn. I felt like that's when they really started making a connection and really watching each other's back.
Yeah.
I think that's when. I think that was. I think that's when I think Victor started feeling it. I gotta watch. He's gonna look up for me. I'm gonna look up for him. It wasn't like they were starting to watch each other's backs. When that whole when Constance came in, and he pulls up right behind her, and it felt like they were finally starting to click. They're like taking care of each other.
I like that.
Cool. I like it too.
Hit us, Nightcat.
All right, next question is from Megan Rodel. Casey, will we ever find out what Victor did between 3 and 4 to lose Michael and the soldiers' trust? Are we going to find out in Gold Rush?
Wait, we did know that. No, we didn't.
It's
find that out?
implied, but you don't know the specific details.
Tell him, Casey.
No.
Tell him.
No.
Tell him.
No.
He hit on pegs.
No.
Tell me.
No.
He tried to hit on pegs, right?
Maybe.
He what? What'd you say?
Maybe.
He tried to hit on pegs.
He tried to hit on pegs. Michael would be super jealous.
Pegs went back and told him, he asked me this question, and you and Michael, and so
Michael would probably freak out, kick you out of the damn tower. Freaking psycho.
No, he didn't kick anybody out.
He would have. He was psycho boyfriend.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So,
so the answer is maybe.
Maybe.
If it comes up in something, I do know the instance, and it's sort of implied through the episodes, but we'll see.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Okay, next question. Did Michael leave Saul behind in the tower to protect resources and not send all of his soldiers on one mission?
Wait, what?
What?
In the
in
episode.
this one.
Read that one slower. What happened?
Sure.
Well,
I think they're trying to make excuses for why Saul didn't go behind.
Right.
Well, it actually the reason why I did it at the time, and I make fun of it now because it seems a little like I wouldn't write it that way now.
Right.
Is because it was the safety net of being able to get everyone safely inside the building. He wanted to have someone good behind there. It's the idea that I sort of had of looking back at it. That's probably what it was. But I still find it a little bit like you left your prize horse in the stable for the race.
Right.
So.
Okay, and here's a question for everyone. Who was your favorite female character in the series?
Oh, CJ.
CJ.
What?
It's always been mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Who? Whoa. How? Who's going to compete with the one-legged samurai?
Scratch.
No, I thought.
No, I can't stand. I hate Scratch. Gives me nightmares.
Scratch is like, for me, Scratch is that voice in the back of your head that no longer has that little check that says you can't do that. That's the fun
I don't know.
about her.
I found that I really like Tanya's character.
Yeah, that's a good
I like
one.
Tanya.
Because
I like Tanya.
I feel like she's the glue. She's the key to unraveling.
She is a key.
Yeah.
She is very much.
You know
the key
what?
to
You just put us
understanding a lot.
all in check. Tanya was great. Hey, how about when Tanya finally put Hope in place? When she snapped it, oh, it was so good.
Yeah, but she also had Victor in check too. It seemed like
She had everybody.
She
She was like, no, you need to listen. I have
She was
stuff.
a no BS type of mom. I love Tanya. That's good. Sorry,
Yeah.
CJ. You just got replaced.
I'll still say CJ. You guys can say
Yeah,
Tanya.
I'll say Tanya.
That was good,
I think she was formidable to the team.
Nice.
All right. Like, what's your favorite female on lockdown? It's like 2. Guard number 3.
So as much as I love CJ, I just I felt she had her flaws.
Okay. That is the perspective of a lot of fans too.
Yeah.
You're just a little still upset that she
did kick your ass to the curb. So
you got kicked out of the colony, so you're a little upset.
That's right. That's right. But at least she didn't beat me down like she beat down Saul.
It's true.
True.
All right, Nightcat, hit us with that next one.
Okay, so we got a final question for tonight. Kevin Hartnell would like to know, Otto, is there a particular artist that inspires you?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah. Oh, I got tons of
Kevin, great question. I can't believe I didn't ask that. I'm not doing my job.
There's tons of artists, but specifically I like a lot of the Dutch masters. Some of them you may or may not know, but there's just a great span. But I like Bouguereau. I don't know if you're familiar with Bouguereau.
Familiar with Bouguereau.
In fact, if you want to see, if anybody's in the LA area and want to see one of his most famous paintings, it's up at what is the cemetery up in Glendale? It's Forest Lawn. Forest Lawn. Yeah. If you go up there, there's a huge painting that he did, and I go as often as I can to go see it. It's amazing. Bouguereau. I love Maxfield Parrish. Norman Rockwell, who's one of the best illustrators, alive. Gosh, there's just a lot of them. But as far as the Renaissance guys, some of the Renaissance post-Renaissance Velázquez and a lot of the Spanish painters at the time. So there's a lot of them, but.
That's awesome. What a great question.
Yeah, I can name 2 artists maybe that might be okay. It's like.
Well, my favorite artist is Otto Sturke. I mean, that's me.
Oh, geez.
I followed you on Instagram.
I'd say it's brown on your nose, but.
Yeah.
Hey, man. You about to call me Taco Gutierrez?
No.
Relax. What color of my skin you're talking about? Unbelievable, this guy. We're going to send you to freaking classes.
Here's
a brief announcement. There will be no Apartment 2C July 19th and 26th. I know that's a pretty advanced notice, but July 19th and 26th, yeah, Casey and Grayson won't be here, and it's just too much work for the interns.
We're not going to be
doing it.
We're going to be in LA, so we'll be very, very, very busy. Trust me, we would be here if we could.
Yeah, and as a reminder, next week's competition, it is a competition. What is your favorite Victor moment? Put it on Facebook, leave a comment, #APT2C, and we will be picking a winner next week. The prize pool is huge. It was all the prizes from last week, plus a signed autograph from Victor.
Yeah, and next week's guest.
We got somebody really fun.
I don't want to talk about next week's guest. I don't want to talk about
Tony.
I don't want to talk about next
Tony,
week's
guess
guest.
who's coming?
I don't want to talk about it.
My cousin's coming, Tony.
Oh, my God.
Mi prima.
You can't, okay? Hey. You can't call Otto Sturke Taco and then start speaking Spanish, okay? Listen. I don't want your cousin back on this set.
That was a slip of the tongue.
I don't want your cousin back on this set. She was so scary.
Mm-hmm. Really?
She is intense, and she's got more sass than I can handle. Usually, I'm the sassiest person in this room. Not so when she's here.
I'm just going to sit back and just kind of...
Yeah, dude.
Guess where I'm going to be, man? I'm behind the couch.
I'm going to need like a shield. I'm going to need a sword. I'm going to need something to protect me. Your cousin is intense.
All of that armor is not going to help you. She's just going to tear down your defenses.
So yeah, Lauren Steamrollin' Kroom will be back in studio. Steamrollin', that's the nickname that we have for her around here because she just flattens everything that she comes in contact with. So I can't wait for that.
Neither can I.
Sure, I don't think I want to miss that.
No. Tune in live.
Please tune in.
Tune in live here, starting at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, you got that? 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, right here next week. Casey Whalen, thank you so much as always. Otto Sturke, everyone. Otto.
Thank you.
I mean, a fantastic episode. We went over longer than we normally do, and we usually take more time on fan questions. But you were just such an interesting person. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem, man. I appreciate it. Thanks
Please
for
come back.
Oh, I will.
We got like so many more facets.
We'll
of
come
your
back.
life.
We'll bring everyone back when their episode first premieres because this is nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Yeah, this is cool just to keep in contact.
I'll see you next year.
Absolutely. Yes. Big shout out to our man Grayson. Big shout out to Rolo and Nightcat back there behind the scenes. And make sure to enter that contest. Go to our Facebook page right now. All you have to do is leave a comment. What was your favorite Victor moment? Hashtag APT2C. Leave it right now. We'll be picking a winner next week. And we'll be here next week's episode.
That's hardly a contest.
With Lauren. That is a contest. We'll be back with Lauren Steamrollin' Kroom here at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time Tuesday. So if you want to see me get my face smashed in, please come and tune
Proverbial
in.
and physical?
Yeah, she will get physical. She's a little firecracker. All right, we'll see you guys next week. We're out.